Hello, students and parents. This lesson is dividing decimals using place value and the standard algorithm. So just as a review, we've been taught how to divide numbers, three-digit numbers like 737 by 7. Uh, Vocabulary is important. The dividend is 737. Divisor or the number of groups is 7. And the quotient or the answer to the division problem is 51. The way you set it up is you put the 7 or the divisor outside, the dividend goes inside, and the quotient or the answer goes on the top. So basically in the past you've been taught maybe perhaps to divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. I used to teach it as does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Where the first step is to divide, then it was to multiply, then subtract, then check, then bring down. But have you ever stopped to think why? Why is it that we divide like this? Well, today's lesson is going to answer that same question. We're going to do this by bringing in our knowledge of place value. So let's say I'm dividing 6 and 72 hundredths divided by 3. Okay, first thing I know is I'm taking 6 and 72 hundredths as my dividend. So I'm going to show that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 tenths to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 hundredths. 1, 1, 2. Okay, so now if I notice, I am going to take this value or this number and divide it into 3 groups. You can also think about it as dividing money. So let's say you have $6.72 and you're going to divide it between 3 people. So let me show the 3 people. How would I show my 3 people? Well, I can show them down here as the groups. First row is first person, second row, and third row. Once again, this 3 is represented here as those 3 rows. So I'm going, if I were to divide $6 between 3 people, question is how many dollars will each person get? Let's see. First one. So that would be $1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, second dollar for you, second dollar for you, second dollar for you. In other words, everyone got $2. Let me write it down at the bottom. Everyone gets $2. How about we're now going to divide the tenths or the dimes. Let's go ahead and divide the dimes evenly. Let's use a different color. 1 for you, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh, something happened. I have 1 left over. I can't take that 1. Cannot take this 1 and divide it evenly between those 3 here in terms of tenths. What can I do? That's right. I'm actually going to exchange it or cash it in. This time is now, I'm going to exchange it with my mom or dad. Exchange it for 10 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, notice. So notice we were not able to divide anymore. We can't stop. We still have this dime and two pennies that I need to divide. What can I do? Well, I can exchange this for 10 pennies. So let's go back and see how much. So let me identify that I'm going to give away. Everyone's going to get now 2 dimes. And this one dime, I'm going to cash it in for 10 hundredths. And again, same thing. Let me divide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it just so happens that everyone gets the same amount. Everyone in this case is getting 4. Everyone gets 4. In other words, everyone's going to get $2, 2 dimes, 4 pennies. Everyone gets the same amount. So the answer is 2 and 24 hundredths. Now, let me finish that promise I gave you. How does that look? How does this work relate to what we did over here? Let me show you. Once again, the 3 divisor goes outside, the dividend goes inside. Just like that. Now, let's review. What did we do first? The first thing was divide the biggest unit into the groups of 3. If I had $6, how would I divide it between 3 people? How many dollars or how many ones will each of those 3 people get? Let's check here. Well, everyone got 2. So I'm going to write 2. Everyone gets $2. So how many, if I give everyone 2, how many will I have used? How many have I used up? Well, that's 6. I've used up 6. And if I give up the $6, how many dollars will I have left? Well, they're all gone. So therefore I have 0 left. Then what did we do? We divided. Now the next value, which was the tenths. Okay, how many tenths do I have? I have 7. 7 tenths. These are the 7 tenths that you see here. Let me identify that I'm talking about tenths by placing that decimal point up here, because now I'm going to be talking about tenths. So if I have 7 tenths, this 7 tenths to divide evenly into 3, how many does each person get? Everyone, that's right, everyone gets 2. So if everyone gets 2 dimes or 2 tenths, how many have I given away? 2, 4, 6. I've given away 6. How many tenths do I have left over? 1. I have 1 left over, so that's like subtracting. And what did I do with this 1 in order to keep up dividing? That's right. I cashed it in or exchanged it or added those 10 cents or that value to those hundreds. 1 of these becomes 10 of these. 10 plus 2 is 12. So now I have 12. 12 hundredths. Again, if I have 12 hundredths divided by 3 equally, how many hundredths does each one get? That's right, 4. Or you can also think of the basic fact, 3 groups of what gives me 12? 3 groups of 4. This is what we see here. So if I give away 4 groups of 3 or 4 cents to the 3 people, how much have I given away? 12. How much do I have left? 0. When I get to 0, I am done. And now as you can see, everyone's gonna get $2.24. Let's try one more. Okay, this time we have $5.16 divided by 4. What's the first thing we do? That's right, set it up. We're going to start with the amount that I'm going to divide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1/10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600th. How am I going to show this 4? What does this 4 do? Well, this 4 tells me I'm going to divide this much by 4 groups, into 4 groups. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, where do we start? Let's do both at the same time. Let's do the chip model and the algorithm. Rewriting. I'm taking $5.16 and dividing them equally into 4 groups. Where do we start? We start using by the greatest value, or that 5. Let's take those 5 and divide them equally to 4 groups. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. What happens? Can I keep on dividing? Do I have enough to make another group to give everyone 1? No. How many did everyone get? Everyone got 1. Everyone gets 1. If I give away 1 to everyone, how much have I given away in total? 4. I've given away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 have been given away. How many are left? 1. There's 1 left. What do I do with that 1? That's right. I'm going to exchange it. Cash it in for 10 tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've got 10 tenths. In total, how many tenths do I have? 10 plus 1 is 11. I have 11 tenths. Now, what am I going to do? Divide this 11 tenths evenly into 4 groups. Let's do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice, I have 3 left, but I have 4. Can I share evenly between 4 people? No. I have 3 left over. So, how many tenths did everyone get? Everyone got 2. 2 what? 2 tenths. Let me show that by adding that decimal there. If everyone gets 2 tenths, how many tenths have I given away? That's right, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. How many are left? 3. 3 left over. What do I do with those 3? Regroup. That will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many hundreds do I have now? Let me just move this up here. Excuse me. How many hundreds do I have? 32. If I have 32 hundreds, how many will it fit in each box? Well, like before, let's think of that fact. What multiplication fact? 4 groups of what gives me 32? That will tell me how many go in each. 4 groups of 8. 4 groups of 8. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Somehow this one did not mark. So how many did each get? 8. That's the 8 that we have up here. How many did I give away? I gave away all of them. How many? 32. And how many are left? 0. I have 0 left over. So how much does each get? Everyone gets 1 and 28 hundredths, or $1.28. Let's try another one. And this time we can stop using. Let's try to think through it, as if we were doing it the place value chart. Let's see. And we'll talk right through it. All right. What's the first thing I do? That's right. Divide the greatest value. That's the 6. How many groups of 4? If I have 6 units, how many groups? How many will I get? How many units will fit in each of the 4 units? 1. Because 1 group of 4, and if I use the 4 of them, that means I used the 4 because 1 group of 4 is 4. We have 2 left over. What do I do with this 2 left over? I add it up to the tenths. That's when we added those 2 and we move them both to that side. That's 20, and then we have 7, 27. We have now 27 tenths. Let's show that by adding that decimal there. Now if I have 27 units to divide equally by 4, how many go in each unit? Well, I know that 4 times 6 is 24. So 6 would be best, since 4 times 7 is 28. 1 too many. So if I have used up 6 groups of 4, how much did I use up? Right, 6 groups of 4 is 24. How many are left over? 3. If I have 3 left over here, and what I do with this 3 left over, I move them over to the next side, cash them in. So I have now 30, 30 from the tens plus 2 from the hundreds. That's 32. That's right, 32. So if I divide 32 evenly by 4, if I say 32 units by 4, how many units go in each group? 8. Since 8 times 4 is, and if that means that we used up 8 times 4, or 8 groups of 4 is 32. We used up 32. And how many are left over? 0. One last one. Let's try another one, longer one. Let's try this one. This time we're going to divide a longer problem. Yet if you see it as we've done before, it won't be a problem. So if I divide 6, where do we start? By the greatest unit. I have 6 units divided evenly by 6. How many units in each? How many units go in each row? 1. How many did I give away? 1 times 6, 6. How many left over? 0. Now we're going over to the next place value. I've got 3. Can I divide 3 evenly into 6? No. I've got 3. Can I divide evenly? No. That means we're gonna leave them. That's gonna be 0 tens. We cannot do anything. What do? We're actually going to add now 7. We're gonna take this 3 that you had here, which cannot be divided evenly, and I'm gonna move it over to this side. Add the 7 ones, 7 hundreds that we have there. We have now 37 hundredths. Now, if I have 37 hundredths to divide evenly by 6, how many will go in each group? That's right, 6. Since 6 times 6 is 36, I gave away 36. How many are left? 1. 100th. Now, what do I do in order to keep dividing? That's right, I'm gonna go into my thousands. Take this 1, move it into the thousands. Now I have 12 thousandths. To be divided evenly by 6, 2 in each group. How many are used up? 2 times 6 is 12. You used up 12. How many are left over? 0. Now notice the trick on this problem lies right here. After we used up all these units here, we had 3 tenths, but 3 tenths cannot be divided equally by 6. So we take those 3 tenths and move on over to the next place value, which would give us now 37 hundredths. And then from there, you do the same thing. I hope this helps. Thank you, students and parents.